What is going on, gamers? Aevatrex here, and today I am finally able to get this full Dread Drake review out to you guys. My computer was out for about a week and a half, which kinda delayed everything on this review, so I do apologize on that. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, of course, you're looking at Dread Drake right now, and the design for him, I absolutely actually love. I mean, I like the red and the yellow. It just looks amazing, and then I really love the little ponytail that he's got in the hat, kind of like a parrot. And then of course the hook and the little sword that he's got. One thing that I thought initially was that he looks a little small. I don't know if maybe that's because he's an actual human and he's supposed to go through like these doors that the town halls have. But I just thought initially he looks kind of small. But outside of that, I really love the design, and not only that, I love that he walks with like a limp. Look at this. He's got a little limp. He's got a little limp going. Look at this. You give a pirate a little limp. Props to you, IGG. That's a nice little touch there. But let's go ahead and get right into the stats of Dread Drake. Now mine is at 9 of 10 skill, 5 of 8 bulwark, as well as a level 4 berserk crest set and level 90 inscription. Now taking a look at his stats, his attack damage is somewhat average, I guess you can say, at just about a little over 4,000 at 10 stars. And the attack speed is 1200. The HP is absolutely massive. We're talking almost 80,000 at 10 stars without any sort of evolution. Which is another key point, is that right now he's not able to evolve. So that begs the question, is he not going to be able to evolve at all, or is it just something that's going to be released later on? If he's able to be evolved, his HP is just going to be just, oh my goodness, over 200,000 pretty easily if you double evolve him. So that would be crazy. The movement speed is at 300 at 10 stars, which actually puts him as the third fastest, right behind the other new hero, Skull Knight, and just behind Ninja, because we all know how fast Ninja is. So overall, the stats are solid. The thing that puts him over the top is definitely that HP, because once you take a look at this HP as well as his skill, it's crazy. We'll get to the skill in a little bit, but overall, the stats, who does that compare to the most? For the most part, surprisingly, Orcsbane. If you take a look at it, Orcsbane has a bit more attack damage. They have the same attack speed. Now Dread Drake does have over 10,000 HP over Orcsbane, when we thought that Orcsbane had a ton of HP. Well, excuse me. And Dread Drake definitely moves much faster than Orcsbane, even though Orcsbane moves at a fairly decent pace. So Dread Drake is fairly comparable to Orcsbane stat-wise. What puts Dread Drake in another category is definitely his skill, which in this case is going to be Cannon Blast. Now at 9 of 10, it deals 170% damage to 9 random targets and stuns them for 1.5 seconds. Now something notable that a lot of people overlook is that he negates 85% of damage taken for 2.5 seconds. So not only is he going to be stunning, he's also going to be taking a lot of damage and negating it, and it's only really on a 1 second cooldown, because he's going to stun for 1.5 seconds. The damage that he's going to be taking is going to be reduced for 2.5, and then the cooldown is 3 seconds. So between that 0.5 seconds and his next swing, it's only really about a second. So this guy is going to be able to take a ton of damage. Now another thing that a lot of people might not know is that this was actually going to be the original Pumpkin Duke until it was swapped out. So the original name was going to be Pirate Captain, and he was going to have Pumpkin Duke's proc until IGG changed that. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into some gameplay and show you guys where this hero excels. Alright, so we're going to be going ahead and use Dread Drake in a Here Be Monsters. So I went ahead and put him back here. This is basically where he's at now, 9 of 10, 5 of 8. And I am going to be using Life Drain as his secondary crest set for Here Be Monsters. And we're gonna be doing a Here Be Monsters S. S as in the one that does have a huge dragon at the end. So let's go ahead and run it and show you what Dread Drake does that is really, really helpful in Here Be Monsters. So this is pretty much a good spawn because it takes out all of the outside buildings right away. The main thing that you want to do on this one is just get out of here with as much HP on your heroes as possible. Try to stay away from those Thunder God procs, and that's why I put the Town Hall there. But here we go. You see Dread Drake already procking everywhere. So let me go ahead and zoom in real quick. Now one of his assets right here is that he's so fast. Even though he's a melee hero, he is so fast that he can get there in time. And look, he's already, look at this. And look at the damage. A lot of people are saying that he doesn't do a lot of damage. I disagree. And also keep in mind that if he doesn't have full energy and Cupid procs, that means that he's gonna be proccing as well. So here we go. He's going ahead and stunning over here. Here he goes again. And here he goes again. Alright, so that Cupid is out of the picture. And now we just have some flyers that we would have had more flyers, but he's already taken care of them. And here we go. Boom. He doesn't play around. No. And he's fast enough to actually go ahead and get some hits. So his stunning is very, very helpful. And not only that, remember that he has the highest HP in the game, and he also has a shield. So essentially, he could be very good in protecting Pumpkin Duke. And there he goes. He held his own down there. Kept Pumpkin Duke from getting all the aggro. And he walked out because of that life drain with pretty much full HP. So here we go. He's going to proc right here. Boom. He goes to the other side. And it helps stun that side. And take a look at all the bombs going around, okay? Look at all the bombs. Look at all these bombs. There he goes. And that boss just got absolutely annihilated. Alright, here we go. Where's the big bass dragon? Oh, here he is. Alright, and you see that Dread Drake is the first one that's out there. And it looked like the dragon was targeting him. But because of his shield, he was able to take all of that damage. And look, he's still out here stunning everybody. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is ridiculous. You see that Reaper in the other side? It doesn't matter because Dread Drake is gonna kill him. You see that Dino? That Dino can't go anywhere because Dread Drake just continuously stuns him. So he can't really go much places. Look at this. And then this dragon is just gonna get destroyed now that he's gonna be targeting him. There he goes. Boom. No problem. It looks like Pumpkin Duke died too, so we did it without Pumpkin Duke. So this is where Dread Drake is definitely very, very helpful in Here Be Monsters. Not only because of the stun and the damage that he does, but because of the shield and keeping damage away from Pumpkin Duke. And if you put a life drain crest on him, very, very powerful. Alright, so on this one, I'm going to be showing you just how good he can be for dungeons. I'm going to be doing the 57 shard dungeon, and I'm just going to be dropping him right over here. So let's just go ahead and take a quick look to see what he can do in this dungeon. Now, remember that his proc is kind of like a Spirit Mage where it's just a global proc. But the thing is that he can proc so many more times than Spirit Mage, and he has so much more HP than Spirit Mage that it makes it really, really hard to take him down. And also his damage is pretty nice. So the main thing that his proc is doing right now is getting rid of troops. With his huge HP and life drain, he's barely taking any sort of damage. And once he's done with all of these troops, he's gonna start moving on to the heroes, to the buildings, and it's just gonna be really, really tough to even stop him. Will he even need to get to the boss? I wonder. I don't know. Guess we'll have to see. But right now, if you can tell, look, he's kind of targeting the heroes right now. Take a look at that. Once the troops are gone, he's going straight for the heroes, which is definitely a good thing. All right, now he's hitting the buildings. Once he gets rid of those heroes, he's probably going to start focusing on the buildings. Here he goes. Look at this. The heroes are just almost done. And as of right now, he has barely taken any sort of damage. All right, I think one or two more procs and most of the heroes will be gone. Here he goes. Definitely targeting heroes, which is a good thing. He targeted the boss there as well. Here we go. That Reaper, I think one more proc and he should be gone because he is targeting them. There it is. Now it's all going to be two buildings. Look at all the damage that he's doing across the map. That is crazy. Look at this. He pretty much is soloing this dungeon. Now I don't know if he'll have the time, but all of these buildings have very, very low HP right now, so he might actually be able to pull this off because there is barely any sort of HP on these buildings. So I mean, look at this. He's just in a wall right now, just going ham. Look at this. Here we go. He's got the 50% all by himself, pretty much. Look at this. Here he goes. He's just gonna keep at it. Now he got targeted by the boss, unfortunately. Oh yeah, that's a chunk of damage right there. But can he do it by himself? I wonder. Let's see. Oh, he's gonna live because of that shield, but he got 88% pretty much by himself. And I can assure you, if I drop somewhere where he's gonna stay away from the boss, he could probably solo that dungeon. So just imagine the damage that he can do in, for instance, the insane dungeons. Definitely a great hero to have for dungeons. Now, another game mode that he is very good in is Lost Realm. Now, take a look at this. He absolutely helps shut down that other team, and the only reason that Ares was able to keep going is because he had a size shield set on him. But even then, it doesn't even matter because if the whole team is shut down, it doesn't even matter if the Ares is able to do anything. Now take a look at this. This is one of the harder teams that you can go up against in Lost Realm, the ones with Multanicas and Pumpkin Dukes and, you know, the stuns. But look, he stuns all of them at skill 9 of 10. And not only that, he stuns them not once, not twice, but 3 times. When you get stunned 3 times in a battle that only lasts a few seconds, you're probably going to win. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this one because this is another one with Atlantic cores and all that. Now take a look at that. They're absolutely stunned. They can't get to where they want to go. Here's the stun again. And then right when they're going to get started, they get stunned again. So, I mean, imagine, even if you don't have a top team, just having a Dread Drake to give you those openings is a huge help. Now, of course, against those, he's not... there's better heroes like Vlad and Sanaboom, but when it comes to the battle altars, just take a look at this. He procs, absolutely stuns everybody, and the battle is over before it even gets started. So he definitely is a great help in Lost Battlefield and the altars for sure. I mean, just the sheer amount of stuns is what's the most valuable on him. Now on this one, this is going to be another battle altar. Take a quick look at this. Stunned, Ares procs, and then everybody else procs, and it's over. If you have a Dread Drake along with Ares and Cupid and Warlock, it's gonna be rough to take one from you. Now this battle altar is one that has a 505 Revive Ares leading, and I'm not going to use my own Ares. I'm not going to use Warlock. The idea of this is to have Dread Drake proc, have Harpy Queen use her scatter. That way we can shut down that Ares and give my Pumpkin Duke and Cupid a chance to get us going. And the DK is basically there to shield us in case the Ares does proc. So let's go ahead and see exactly how this works. And hopefully with just Pumpkin Duke and Cupid, it provides us with enough damage and boost. And here we go. Here's that 505 Revive Ares. Dread Drake stuns him right away. There goes my Harpy scatter. DK shield is down, and then after that, it's pretty much over. So we just defeated a 505 Revive Ares with nothing but scatter and a Dread Drake. So just imagine how powerful he can be with a team with an Ares, with a Warlock, etc. I mean, that is very, very powerful. And it's very, very hard to go up against, especially when you don't have a team with a Dread Drake of your own. So, definitely, definitely helpful in this kind of game mode. Alright, now let's get into the arena because this is the game mode where this hero absolutely changed everything. Now take a look at this one. This is a case where he is slowing down so much and stunning, as well as with the Warlock and the Harpy slows, that they're not even able to get to the altar. Just look at this. It is absolutely over before they even get a chance to hit the altar, which is absolutely nuts. Now on this one, it's pretty much a head-to-head battle. Now on this one, my Santa Boom gets missed, which I'm able to do a lot of damage, but so is theirs. Now take a look at their Santa Boom, and then look at Dread Drake. He puts his shield up, and the shield is the only reason right there, which is why he's able to survive. Without that shield, I lose that match. And here's another perfect example of where that shield comes up extremely huge. And I think this is one of the biggest part that a lot of people are overlooking is his shield. His shield is able to take so much damage. Now take a look at this. I'm going up head to head with a Skull Knight. And usually when you go head to head with a Skull Knight, it means trouble. But because of his shield, he is actually able to take all of the damage from the Skull Knight and allow my heroes in the back to actually follow up and not get demolished by the Skull Knight, which is absolutely huge, especially head to head in arena. So he's not just for open lane. He can take a ton of beating head to head. Now in this one, I'm going to be in the one going middle lane. In the beginning, he always procs before Warlock and Harpy Queen, so he has the priority. What I don't know yet is what exactly determines which Dread Drake procs first, whether it's yours or the other. It looks, as of right now, it looks like it's just totally random because I have 4 Berserk on mine as a crest set, and a lot of times he doesn't go first, so I'm not, I highly doubt that so many people have a higher Berserk. So it might just totally be random, but it might be something like a drop order that just determines that. So that's something that I'm not too entirely sure of what determines it. But here's another example of somebody that doesn't even get to the altar just because of all the stuns, which is absolutely crazy. All right, now this one, I'm gonna be going top. He's gonna be going bottom. Now just take a look at all the slows. Usually before Dread Drake, you would at least get to the altar, a few seconds after the match starts, especially with everybody that was running sprints. But now, even if you have sprint, you're not even assured that you're going to get there. Now, on this one, he almost gets me, but I'm able to pull it off at the end there. And now it's just a matter of stuns after stun after stun. Look at this. And then finally, my Santa steps in. But if you ever leave somebody with just a Dread Drake in the altar, they probably will not be able to finish just because his proc isn't like a Santa Boom where it's going to do so much damage. Now on this one, it's just a sheer amount of stuns. Look at this. It's just stun after stun after stun. And then you couple that with a Minotaur proc and then a Santa Boom. And, that other team is just not going to stand much of a chance. Look at this. Absolutely didn't even get a chance to do any sort of significant damage. Now on this one, we get a lot of Harpy Queen procs. And here we go. You get there into the altar first, and you don't have a chance. Look at this. The only person that even stood a chance to do anything was Harpy Queen, and she didn't really stand much of a chance. So Arena was the game mode that this hero absolutely changed. Now, was it for the good, for the better? I don't know. You guys decide on that. Alright, and hopefully with the gameplay that you just saw, you can see the potential that this hero has. Is definitely a very fun hero to play around with. Now, as far as the talents, any sort of tanky talent will be very beneficial, like a Bulwark, like a Stone Skin, Revive, Life Drain. Those are all very, very good talents for him. Even War God, or sprint. Like for instance, if you have a sprint and you go open lane in arena, that is very powerful as well. Really, the only talents that aren't any good on him are the ones that are pretty much not good on anybody for the most part, like a self-destruct, etc. Those are the ones that you really want to stay away from. But if you can get yourself a bulwark, war god, revive, sprint, anything like that, very beneficial on Dread Drake. Now, as far as where I would put this hero, overall, I believe that he would fall just below the Pumpkin Dukes and the Cupids and the Vlads. But when it comes to head against other people, he's definitely a must-have hero. When we're talking about arena, lost battlefield, lost realm, pretty much game modes where you're going up against other people, this hero will change everything. If you want to continue to be getting a lot of fame in lost battlefield, if you want to get anywhere near the top of the arena, this is a hero that you're definitely going to have. Because if you don't, you're gonna have a bad time. Now, and not only that, but he's just a hero that is fun to play with. I can't tell you the amount of times that I just went out and raided with him just to see all the bombs go all across the map and blowing everything up and just blowing up a base without even, without even having to worry about anything. Just watching the bombs go into the middle of their base, taking out their towers, taking out their heroes. It is definitely an amazing and fun hero to have. So I definitely place him in a must-have category against other players, definitely. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys have a Dread Drake of your own, let me know in the comment section what you think so far and if you agree with me. And if you don't have a Dread Drake, let me know if maybe this review maybe opened up your eyes to him and maybe makes you want to be able to get him. But yeah, again, leave your comments down below and I'll be going over them and see if maybe some of you got other experiences or what you have on yours and what works really well. But yeah, again, thank you guys for watching and until later. Bye!